The other thing about traveling is what I call travelers. I'm defining fats as travelers. So fats in food. I want you guys to realize that the way that restaurants stay open and food tastes good is usually because of salt and fat, okay? Restaurants are not in the business of trying to keep you healthy. What they want to make sure they're doing is that things are tasting good. They want to make you satisfied. But when we start to look at those kind of meals, like a restaurant meal, we can start to see calories build up from a lot of these fat items, from avocado, from cheese, from sauces, from dips. And they're delicious and we love those things. But I think when people are traveling, they end up eating out, and it tends to be these fat items, these travelers, right? Because I end up calling them travelers because they're the kind of things that just travel on your fork as you're eating, and they travel on other foods, right? And you might not even register that you're actually eating them. It's not easy to register 300 calories of fat because our stomach is more of a volume counter than it actually is a calorie counter. And when we start thinking about fat, it's so dense in calories, but it's so small in volume that we don't really understand that we just ate, say, 600 calories of the little bit of oil and the little bit of guacamole that was on the table before we even got to our main meal. Those travelers, those extra fats that kind of travel on food that don't register with us, I always want to make sure that people can identify them and then really focus on only having a main one per meal. Let's say someone gets like salmon and some grilled vegetables at a meal, right? Well, the salmon has great fat in it. It does. But if it's going to come with sauce on top and it's going to come with like other kind of dippings and whatever else is going to be on there, I usually just kind of recommend, why don't you identify your one fat source, your one traveler, and then let's make sure we just kind of put the other one to the side, because then we're going to be able to find a lot more control. And that's where people kind of find the difference between really like plateauing in weight loss and starting to see themselves moving 1/2 pound to 1 pound a week.